everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 5 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 3321. Find x sum of all k long subarrays 2, right? So this problem is similar to part 1, right? But only difference is the constant size, right? So here if you see in this particular problem, this is nothing but part 2. The constant size is very large and is from 1 to 10 to the power 5, right? And nums of I from 1 to 10 to the power 9, and here if you see x and k value, they are also from 1 to 10 to the power 5, right? But here if you see part 1 is the same problem, right? Problem statement is same, right? In this if you see the constant size is very small, only 51 to 50, right? And this xk values are also from 1 to 50, right? Let's understand the problem statement, right? So what you need to do here, so you are given an array nums of n integers and you have given two integers k and x, right? The x sum of an array is calculated by the following procedure. We have to count the occurrences of all the elements in the array, right? Then we have to keep only the occurrence of the top x most frequent elements, right? If two elements have the same number of occurrences, then the element with the bigger value is considered more frequent, right? And then we have to calculate the sum of the resulting array. Very easy problem statement, right? So here note that if an array has less than x distinct elements, its xsum is the sum of the array, right? And return an integer array answer of length n minus k plus 1, where answer of I is the xsum of the subarrays from nums of I to I plus k minus 1. So let me show you what we need to do here, right? So I have already explained this same thing in part 1 as well, but let me go over one more time. I will not take much time. So k is equal to 6, right? So this is the window that you need to consider, right? So here 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? 6 elements are there in this window, right? So here in this, if you see, 1 is occurring how many times? 1 is occurring 2 times, 2 is occurring 2 times, 3 is occurring 1 time, 4 is occurring 1 time, right? And here x is equal to 2, right? So here top two elements we need to pick, right? So this frequency is 2, right? This frequency is 2, this frequency is 1, this frequency is 1. So max frequency is 2 and this 2, right? So let's pick these two, right? So 1 is occurring 2 times, so we need to consider this one, and 2 is occurring 2 times, we need to consider this 2 and this 2, right? So in total, in this particular window, we have to only consider these 4 elements. So 1 is occurring 2 times, so I can say 1 into 2 plus 2 is occurring 2 times, 2 into 2, right? And this is nothing but 2 plus 4, that is nothing but 6. So 6 is the output here, right? For this window. Same way, same way, uh, this is one window, right? So length should be 6, right? So next time if I start from here, then this is going to be my window, right? So in this window also, if you calculate, 1 is occurring how many times? 1 is occurring 1 time, 2 is occurring 3 times, 3 is occurring 1 time, and 4 is occurring 1 time. So here if you see, max frequency is 3, right? So we need to consider 2, right? This 2, this 2, and this 2, right? Because 2 is occurring 3 times, so max frequency is 3, right? And now after that, we have 1 occurring 1 time, 3 occurring 1 time, 4 occurring 1 time, right? So the frequency is same, right? 1 1 1. So now out of them we have to consider the max element, right? If the frequency is same, then we have to consider the max element. So I'm going to consider 4, right? And we have to consider just two elements, right? So 1 is 2 and 1 is 4. So 2 is occurring 3 times, so 2 into 3, and 4 is occurring 1 time. So 2 into 3 is nothing but 6, plus 4 is nothing but 10. So that is why I'm writing 10 here. That's it, right? So here if you read this line one more time, the x sum of an array is calculated by the following procedure. Count the occurrences of all the elements in the array. Keep only the occurrence of the top x most frequent elements, right? So we have to deal with the frequency. And if two elements have the same number of occurrences, then the element with a bigger value. So that is why I'm considering 4 here. That's it. Clear? So this is done. That is why we are writing 10 here. Now next time, this is going to be your window, right? Starting from this to this, right? So here again, 2 is occurring 3 times, 3 is occurring 2 times, 4 is occurring 1 time. So you are going to consider these two, right? So 2 into 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 into 2, 6, that is 12. So 12 is up. That's it. All right. So here if you see, uh, return an integer array answer of length n minus k plus 1. So overall length is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 8 k is 6 plus 1, 8 minus 6 is 2 plus 1 3. So 3 is the size, right? So 3 is the output size, right? And range is nothing but I to I plus k minus 1. So here I, if your I starting from 0, so 0 to 0 plus 6 minus 1, so 5. So 0 to 5, right? So if you see this window, so 0 to 5 index, then 1 to 6, then 2 to 7, right? That's what we are doing, right? 2 and then 2 to 7, right? Like that. So clear? So this is what we have to do, right? So normal approach I have explained here in this particular problem, part 1, right? LeetCode 3318. 1 year ago I posted this video, right? And I have added a post in my YouTube channel, right, yesterday about this problem. So you can check the post section of my YouTube channel if you don't see the latest solution, if you don't see the solution of LeetCode daily problem, just check it in post section of my channel. Maybe there I have pasted the same thing, right? The same question, right? So in this problem, right, so I think I have solved this problem using in one weekly contest. It was not a POTD LeetCode daily problem 1 year ago. It was, I think, weekly contest. Some weekly contest was there. So in that I have solved this problem. So this was easy level, right? And if you see, the constant size was also very small. So in this, what I was doing, so I was checking all the windows, right? So here if you see this same example, right? So one by one I'm checking all the windows, right? And then first I'm checking all the windows one by one. Then in all these windows also I'm creating one map and I'm storing the frequencies, right? And after storing the frequencies, what I'm doing, I'm sorting these values, right? First based on their frequency, and if frequency is same, then based on their value, right? I'm doing that. And then for the top X, I'm calculating the result, right? So if you see the approach that I used here, so here I'm first calculating the sub array, right? So I'm picking one sub array, then in that, after that, I'm creating one map, right? And then I'm calculating the frequency here. And once I calculate the frequency, then I'm creating one array list, and in that array list I'm adding the all the map values, right? All these values. Then I'm doing the collection dot sort, right? And I'm doing the collection dot sort, and then after that I'm finding the sum of X elements, top X elements, and then after that I'm adding this sum to the result, right? So here let's say this is running for of n time, right? And after that I'm creating a subarray. It is also going to take of n. Then I am adding all the elements to my map, right? Again of n, let's say in worst case scenario. Then once I create the map, then here I am adding the values to the array list, right? So here let's say of k for this one, and then after that I'm sorting this array list, so k log k, right? And here I'm iterating over x elements, right, to calculate the top x value, right? So of x, so overall time complexity, in short, if I say, that is going to be of n for this auto loop. And here inside this we have n for this adding the elements right here, and then frequency list k, and here sorting. So basically it is going to more depend on this part only. So I can say of n into k log k, and let's say x also, right? So we can ignore this x because x is going to be small for this problem, but just in general, right, if the constant size is very large. So this is how you are going to see the time complexity for this, right? So here we are able to pass all the test cases with this, right? N into k log k plus x, right? So we are able to pass our solution with this approach for part 1. Our solution is accepted for part 1. But if you write the similar type of code, right, for part 2, right? So in part 2, actually long is given to us instead of int, so I have to make some few changes. But this approach is similar to what we have what we did here in the part 1, right? So if I submit it, so you will see that we will not be able to pass 10 test cases out of 784, I think. So here let's wait and let's see. So here if you see 774 test case got passed out of 784, right? And we are getting time limit exceed error. So definitely this approach is not going to work, because if you do n is 10 to the power 5 in a part 2, and k is also 10 to the power 5, and log k is going to give you 5 only. So 10 to the power 5 into 10 raised to the power 5 approx 10 to the power 10, definitely you will get time limit exceed error, right? So we need to see some better solution for this part 2, right? So now how I'm going to do that, so let's see that. So this, let's take this same example. We have 1 1 and then 2 2. Okay, so let me write it here. We have 1 1, then we have 2, then we have 2, then we have 3, right? And then we have 4 2 3. Okay, 4 2 3. So here every time I need to take 6 elements, right? K is equal to 6 and x is equal to 2, right? Let's try to solve this problem in a optimal manner, right? So here let's say these are nothing but your indexing 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? So now this time let's say this is your left, and your right, let's say, is here. Okay, right is here, right? Because if you see the length of this is 6, this is what we need, right? So if I just do right minus left plus 1, so I'm going to get 5 minus 0 plus 1, that is nothing but 6, which is equal to my k value here, right? So that simply means that this is one valid window, right? So now in this window, definitely we have to iterate over all the elements, right, in this particular window, right? So definitely we need to check all the elements because we need to count the frequency of all the elements one by one, right? So let's say we are creating one map, right? So as of now, this is similar to what we are doing here in the part one, right? So map, if you notice, one is occurring two time, two is occurring two time, three is occurring one time, and four is occurring one time. All right, and let's say instead of sorting, right, creating a array list and sorting, let's say I'm using one priority queue, mini heap or something like that, right, or max heap. So let's say I have this priority queue, right? So in priority queue, what I'm trying to do, right? So here if you see, this is a max frequency, right? 2. So 2 is occurring one time, 2 1 is occurring two times, right? So here I'm writing like this, let's say, right? Here in this side we have nothing but frequency, in this side we have nothing but value, let's say like this. And then here 2 and 2, so here see 2 and 2 both are matching, right? Frequency is matching. So in that case, but which element we need to consider first? The bigger element, right? So here let's say I'm writing 2 comma 2, let's say like this. Okay, I'm showing little bit better approach than previous one, right? So let's say this is nothing but frequency and value. Same way here 3 comma 1 and here 4 comma 1. Okay, let's say you do something like this. Okay, you do something like this, right? So now here, since this becomes equal to k, right, right minus left plus 1, right? So in that case, the top two elements are these two only, right, in the priority queue. So what you're going to do, you are going to return your answer as 2 into 2 plus 2 into 1, right? 1 is occurring 2 times, 2 is occurring 2 times, that is 6. That is done. 6 is the output for this window. All right, now after that, what is going to happen? After that, again you are going to get this window, right? This window. Okay, right? This is a new window that you're going to get. So now if you select this particular sub array, right? So are you going to create your map again? Tell me, are you going to create your map again? Because here in the part one I was taking sub array and then I'm creating the map again and again, new map. So now this time, little bit better approach, what I'm going to do here, since I know that my window is shifted, right? First this is the window, now this is the new window, right? So definitely this element we are removing and this is the new element that we are adding. Okay, adding, right? And here we are removing. So it's very easy to update the map, right? This is what we are removing. So initially the frequency of 1 was 2, now it is going to be 1, and previously the frequency of 2 was just 2, now it is going to be 3, right? These are the changes that we have. Okay, all right, I have updated this in the map. Now in the priority queue also, I need to first search the value 1, right? And in this value 1, first I need to search it, right? And then after that, I need to update this to 1. Then again, I have to, then again, sorting will take place, right? So searching itself first. First, we have to search the values, right? Which we need to update, right? Here, the frequency of 2 is getting updated. Here, the frequency of 1 is getting updated, right? These two things are happening, right? So definitely we need to search these things in priority queue, right? So definitely we have to iterate over all the elements here in the priority queue also, right? So let's say we have uh, k number of elements in priority queue, right? K number of elements, right? So k number of elements, so definitely this value is also going to be very large, right? K value, right? K is equal to 6 distinct elements, let's say. So if k value is very large, let's say here k value is equal to num store length 10 to 5. So again you are going to check for all these elements, right? Again you are going to do that. First you are iterating over all these windows one by one, and then if you are shifting, then again you are searching everything. So again time complexity is going to be very large. Again you will get time limit exceed error, right? First time you are iterating over all the elements, then if you are removing this, adding new element, so again you have to update the priority queue so that you get the correct order, right? But first you need to update the frequency in the priority queue of that particular element, so you have to find that element, you have to do the searching again, right? Which is again 10 to the 5, right? So definitely this will not work, this approach will also not work, right? This priority queue way, right? So as of now, only one optimal thing that is right is sliding window that I'm doing, right? With sliding window I can easily update the map instead of creating a new map, right? I can easily update the map, right? But now we need some better thing here, right? The better thing, I need a better thing, right? I need a better thing in which I can do fast search, right? And I want the data structure in which along with fast search, right? In which along with fast search ordering will be there, right? ordering Ordering will be there, right? Proper order. So that simply means I am talking about ordered set, right? One ordered set, right? In the set I can simply search, right, if my set contains this, right, element or not. So ordered set I need. So that simply mean you can usually you can use tree set for this purpose, right? Tree set. Definitely we need to store these things in pairs only, right? Frequency and the value like this. But tree set will help in the fast searching, and then I will just completely update. I will search, I will update the value, right? Search, let's say I search the value, I remove this value. Remove is also very fast. And then I get the updated value and I add it. That is also going to be very fast, right? Everything, right? So this is my plan now, right? Search is fast, but since this is reset, so ordering will take log k, let's say, right? So definitely this will help me, right? So as of now total n elements I'm covering and log k for this. So as of now this is the time complexity that I'm going to have as of now. So n is 10 to the power 5 and log k is log of 10 to the power 5, so that simply means 10 to the power 5 into 5. That's very small, right? Nothing big, right, as of now. So I'm not iterating over all the elements. So this is my new plan. Okay, this is a new plan. So let me show you the dry run of this as of now, whatever we did. So 1 1. Okay, again let me do it. 1 1, then we have 2 2, then we have 3, right? 1 1 2 2 3 4 2 3 3 4 2 3. This is what we have, right, as of now. So this is one part. 1 1 2 2 3 4. Okay, like this. So okay, so this is your left, this is your right. So now here what you need to do, 1 is occurring one time, 2 is occurring, 1 is occurring two times, 2 is occurring two times, 3 is occurring one time, 4 is occurring one time as of now. This is your map, right? And you are going to create one ordered set. So in ordered set what will you have? You will have, so first uh, I will sort based on ascending frequency, and then ascending value. This is what I'm going to do, ascending value, right? So one is occurring ascending frequency first, right? Ascending frequency. So first then ascending value, right? So first I will say here 1 is the frequency, right, for 3, right? Then 1 is the frequency for 4, and then ascending frequency, both are having same, then ascending value. So first 1 comma 2 and then 2 comma 2, like this I'm writing. Okay, so ascending frequency increasing, right? So here frequency is increasing always, right? Always increasing, right? Ascending value, so value if you see uh here both are having uh all are having same. Here here this is 2 comma 1, right, not 1 comma 2. First we are writing what we are writing frequency, and then we are writing value, right? 2 comma 1, right? So here if you see always ascending frequency, we have 1 1 2 2, right? And when frequency is same, then we have ascending value, right? 1 2. When frequency is same, then we have ascending value. So correct, right, as of now. So as of now if you see you do r minus l plus 1 to get the length of this window, which is equal to k. Our k is 6, right? And k is 6, right? And x is equal to 2, right? So this is done, right? Now x is equal to 2 I'm saying, right? So now you have to find the top two values, right? These top two values, right? So let me use some other pen. Okay, so these top two values, right? Because this is an ascending increasing order, right? So definitely you need to take last two. So you're going to get 2 into 2 plus 2 into 1, so you're going to get 6. 6 is the correct output, right? So here see, now next time when this is going to be my window, right? So I will update the frequency and all, right? Okay, all things will be very simple, right? All things will be very simple, right? But still there is one problem. Still there is one problem. I'm iterating over all these elements of x time here, right? Of x time to calculate the total sum, right? And x value is also given as 10 to the power 5 here. I didn't copy the constants here. Okay, see here, x is equal to nums dot length. X is also very large, so this is one more problem then, right? So now we have to think about some better. solution to calculate the total sum. O of x, can I do it in O of log x? Okay, and what is best than O of log x? Best than log x is nothing but O of 1. Okay, but now how I'm going to calculate the sum in O of 1 time complexity, right? This is our next thing, right? So before this, let me show you one more thing here. So next time, if this is your window, right, new window, so one frequency is going to be reduced to 1, two frequency is going to be reduced to 1, 3, right? So what you need to do first, one frequency is 2 now, so here you are going to remove it. So and new frequency of 1 is 1, right? So you are going to add that now. Okay, so very easy, search, remove, and then add 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1 is going to be come here, 1 comma 1, right? And then 2 comma 3, 2 comma 2 you are removing it, and 2 3, so in the end 3 frequency and 2 here, like this. So this is fast. Okay, this is easy, right? But now this is what we need to do, how we are going to do this. Okay, so let's take one more example now. Let's say we have values like this: a, b, c, d, e, f, like this. Okay, let's say let's say a is occurring 1 time, b is occurring 2 time, c is occurring 3 time, d is occurring 4 time, 5, e is occurring 5 time, f is occurring 6 time, right? So this is nothing but the frequencies, right? And these are nothing but the values. Okay, right? And mathematical value of a, let's say mathematical value of a is what I can take, I can take something simple I want to take, right? And let's say 2, right? B is 3. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? These are nothing but the mathematical value, right? Mathematical value. Okay, so now here there is one way to solve this sum part, right, in of one time complexity, right? Definitely you are going to iterate over all the elements, right? Definitely you have to iterate over all the elements one time. But when I ask you to find the top x, so again you are iterating, right? First time you are iterating over all the elements to calculate the frequency and all everything. But if I ask you top x, then again you are iterating, right? This x value is also going to be very large, right? So I don't want to do that, because what do I want in a single go. Whenever very first time I'm iterating over all these elements, I want to keep track of the total sum, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to divide this in two parts, right? I'm adding all these things in a set, right? If you see in the top, I'm adding all this stuff in a set, right? And then we are iterating over x elements. But here I'm going to create two sets, right? In this set, I'm going to keep top k elements, top x elements, this side. And here in this side, I'm going to take the rest elements. This is going to be my approach. Top x elements this side and rest elements here. So I'm going to create two sets. Sets functionality will be same. Okay, so now here if you see, let's say you don't have e and f as of now. I'm ignoring these two as of now. I am ignoring these. So let's say we have only a, b, c, d, right? So top two you have as of now, you have d and c, right? So 4 is the frequency of d and 3 is the frequency of c, right? This is what you have. And the rest elements are nothing but uh, 2 okay. And here how's the sets are there? Sets are in increasing order only, right? Increasing order. So first frequency, right? Ascending frequency, right? So 3c, and then I have to write 4 comma d, right? Here also what I need to do here in this side, first I have to write 1 a and then 2 comma b, right? So this is what I have, right? And here in this side the total sum is going to be 3 into c plus 4 into d, right? This is the total sum that I have. So total sum I have, right? This is the total sum. Okay, so when I am iterating over all these elements one by one, so I will see now. First I am here, right? I'm not dealing with the top x as of now. I'm just going over all the elements one by one, no top x. So here I'm seeing that 1 and a, okay, 1 and a, right? So initially both are empty, right? Both are empty. So let's see this green color. So both are empty initially. This side is also empty, this side is also empty, right? So both are empty. So my first priority is going to be add this element here in the top x, right? If it is empty, so I'm going to add it, 1 comma a, I added, right? Then next time I'm moving here, I'm going to see that again this size is not equal to x, we need 2, right? So here I'm going to add 2 comma b, right? Next time I'm moving here, right? So C frequency is 3, right? So now here I'm going to see the few things, right? 3 is a frequency of C, right? And here this is already completely filled, but now I have to check if this 3 can replace these 3, these two, any of these two, right? So first I'm going to check this. So here if you see, so definitely this is the one that we need to compare, right? The first one, because this is the smaller one. This and this I'm going to compare. First, what I'm going to compare? First I'm going to compare the frequencies, right? First I'm going to compare the frequencies. So frequency of this 3 is bigger than C, right? So I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to add 3 comma C here, and here 2 comma B, and here 1 comma A I'm removing. So definitely I'm going to add this to rest. It is going to go to the rest like this. Then after that I move here, I see 4 and D. So here, so I'm adding 3 comma C, right? But here this is also ordered now. So first 2 comma B I have to write, 2 colon B, let's say something like this, pair, right? And here 3 comma C like this. So now 2B and 4D I need to compare. This is going to remove, 4D is going to come to this side, and 2B is going to come here, right? Like this. Okay, so this is that's why I'm writing. So in the one go, right? And definitely I am maintaining the sum here side by side. Side by side I'm maintaining the sum. Now how I'm maintaining the sum side by side, right? That will be your next question. Okay, so this is my current sum. Let's say these are the my elements here, and these are the my elements here, this side, and this is the current sum here. Next time let's suppose I'm ignoring this, right, as of now. But let's say instead of ignoring complete 5 6, I'm planning to ignore just 6. So next time this is coming. So 5 is the frequency. Now 5 is the frequency of E. Okay, so now here definitely first thing I need to compare this 3 comma C with this 5 comma C. So 5 is greater than 3, so definitely this will be removed, right? So in my sum, 3 into C, old sum, 4 into D. So first this is getting removed, so I can simply do now 3 into C this side, right? This is what I'm going to do, and I'm adding this. So here I'm going to do 5 into E. So see, very easy, this is going to cancel out. So 4 into 2 D plus 5 into E. So I am always maintaining the sum this side, and then after that 5 comma E I'm going to add this side, and the removed element I'm going to add it here, 3 comma C, like this, like this. That's it. Okay, very simple, right? So this is my plan here. Okay, so this is a very fast way, right? In if the problem statement said that find the sum of top x elements, you can simply apply this logic. It will help you, right? Now I'm going to do the complete dry run of this, right? So let's understand this, right? So very good problem. So that is why I'm planning to do a complete dry run. Okay, so what you need to do, this is what you have given, right, initially, right? Okay, so here first you have to place your left here. Okay, this is your left index pointer, left index, right? And then after that you have to do you have to move your right. Okay, and you have to start your right, let's say from here only, right? Okay, this is your first right. So if this is your right, okay, right now, so what you need to do here, this is your current right? So here what is the number is this one. Okay, number is this one, right? So now here just check if your map contains this particular number or not, right? Okay, so this is what you have to check, if your map contains this or not. Okay, and then after that what you need to do, so if it doesn't, right, so then what we need to do, we have to increment the frequency, right? If we don't have this, so we have to increment the frequency of this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's say this is your map frequency. Okay, and here frequency dot put this particular number 1, right, where my right is. Okay, 1, and the frequency of this is, previous frequency of this one is 0. Right now I'm seeing it for very first time, I'm going to write 1 here, right? Okay, clear. Now I have to add this pair, right? I have to add this pair. So if I want to add this pair, so how I'm creating the pairs? So I'm adding first a frequency, that is nothing but 1, and then after that I'm going to add the value. All right, frequency, this is nothing but key, and this value. So first frequency, that is nothing but value, and here like from app, and here I'm just going to write 1, right? This is my pair, right? So this is the pair that I have to add. Okay, so this is done, and right now my right minus left plus 1 is equal to 1 only, right? 0 minus 0 plus 1, so window length is 1, so we need a window length of 6, right? Okay, this is what I'm looking for, right? So what I need to do then, after that I'm going to move my right to the next position, right here. okay, right here like this. But before that, this is the pair that we have, right? So I'm going to add this pair first. So here, how I'm going to first add this, the pair that I've created. So here we have to create two sets, right? One is top X and one is rest, right? These two sets I have to create, right? One is top X and one is a rest. Okay, so here if you see, this is a top X, right? So right now there's nothing here, right? There's nothing here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this pair in the this top X. So first frequency and the value I'm going to add, and side by side I'm also planning to maintain the sum as well. So sum is nothing but I'm going to do 1 into 1, right? So this is my current sum, 1 into 1. Okay, this is done, right? All right, so now this is done. Now after that, when I'm here, when my right is here, so now here if you see, here, my frequency, right, this map, frequency map, it contains this key. One key is already there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this pair, the pair, right? Remove the pair. Which pair? The this pair in which I have value 1, right? So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this, right? The pair in which I have this value, this value, right? So this one I have already seen in the past, right? So 1, and the pair was 1 comma 1, right? Previous, okay, previous pair I'm picking, right? So we have to remove the old entry if num already exists, right? So I'm going to remove this. So remove, I shown you directly, I'm removing it here, but what is the functionality of that? So first I'm going to check if my top X contains that pair, right? So if top X contains that pair, then I have to remove this sum. So minus, okay, whatever the current sum, minus 1 into 1. So this is what I'm removing. So it is again going to become 0, right? And then I'm going to remove, right, if top X contains pair, right? And here if you see, we have to move the largest from rest into top X to maintain the X element. So that is one more thing, right, that we need to do. But before that, here again 1, and now one old frequency is 1, so again I'm going to update it to 2. So this is my new pair, 2 comma 1, and again this top X is empty, so here I'm adding 2 into 1, and here my sum is going to update as 2 into 1, 0 plus 2 into 1. Okay, right. Then after that I'm moving here, my right is moving here. So when my right is moving here, so I'm seeing this for very first time. So 2 is occurring one time, so I'm going to add here 2 is occurring one time. So first I'm adding frequency, right? So these are also in order, right? So here I have to add, so 2 comma 1 we have, right? This 2 comma 1 we have, so I'm writing 2 comma 1 here, let's say, and I'm removing it. Okay, so now new pair is 1 and 2, right? So first based on increasing frequency, then based on increasing value. So first frequency, right? So that's why I'm writing like this. Okay, then after that, so here it is going to become now in top X only I'm making the changes, so 1 into 2. So as of now, some, if you check, it is correct only, right? So now next time your right is moving here. Okay, your right is moving here, so this is already there. So 1 comma 2, right? So this 2 and the associated value 2 comma 1, right? So 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2 is already there, so we have to remove this 1 comma 2 from here. And if I'm removing it, so here this sum will be subtracted, right? This sum will be subtracted. So as of now, sum is this 2 into 1 only, right? And then here the frequency will be operated. Okay, this frequency is going to become 2, and then I have to add this 2 comma 2, and here in the sum 2 into 2, like this. Okay, and after that you are going to move here, so you will see 3 into 1. Okay, all right, so 3 is occurring one time. 3 is occurring one time. So new pair is 1 comma 3. So here 1 comma 3, just check this top X. Okay, so first top X dot size is a not is equal to 2, right? So now definitely we can't add this, right? We can't add this. Okay, here, so what I need to do in that case, I have to compare this with this, right? So I'm going to compare this, right? So here in the top X, so 1 comma 3 and 2 comma 2, which one should I keep? Which one should I keep here? Okay, and also here one more thing, 2 comma 2 instead of 2 comma 2, here I should write instead of 2 comma 2, first I am writing how I am adding the elements in top X, first based on frequency and then based on value. So 2 comma 1 here and 2 comma 2 here, right? Now check this. So here 2 comma 1 and here 2 comma 2, right? So always maintain like this now, frequency increasing order, then based on value frequency same. Okay, so now that simply means 1 comma 3 we have to simply add it here only, right? 1 comma 3, right? I'm comparing it with this one, right? So there is no impact, right? there is no impact. So I'm going to add this to rest. Okay, and then 4 is appearing one time. My right is moving here. My right is moving here. Okay, right here, then here. 4 is appearing one time. So 1 comma 4 new pair. So 1 comma 4 also 1 is less than 2. So definitely 1 comma 4 is going to come here. Okay, 1 comma 4 is going to come here, right? So now here if you see your right minus left plus 1, if you do, so it is going to be 6, right? So right now the current sum is nothing but 6. This is what you have, right? So this you have to add to the result list, this 6. This 2 into 2 plus 2 into 2 is 2 is occurring 2 times to 4, 4 plus 2 6. Okay, so here if you see here, so we are adding 6 for very first time, right? So this is 6 we have added. Now next time, okay, once this is done, okay, so now next time what is going to happen? So if this is the case, right now if you see this is the case, right, your right minus left plus k is equal to become k, right? So you have added this. Now you have to remove this element, right? You have to remove this element. Okay, so if you remove it, so your left is going to move to this position now. Okay, from here to here, so you are going to remove it. So if you are going to remove it, right, if you are going to remove it, so first you have to remove this pair. Remove this pair. So which pair? So existing frequency 1 comma 2 1 2 1 2 times, that's in premise 2 comma 1, right? So 2 comma 1, so this is what you need to remove. 2 comma 1, so 2 comma 1 you need to remove. So here 6 na total sum minus 2 into 1, right? You are removing it. Okay, you are removing this one. Okay, now here you have to reduce the frequency of this. So 1 is occurring one time now, right? 1 is occurring one time here, so you have to reduce the frequency of this. 1 is occurring one time. Okay, 1 is occurring one time, so you reduce the frequency of this one. Now after that you have to check if this particular number, okay, 1, right? So this doesn't become 0, right? So it is still there. If it becomes 0, then we are going to simply remove it. Then we don't need to add any pair, right? If one frequency is becoming 0, but it is still there, 1 is occurring one time, so we have to add a new pair, that is nothing but 1 comma 1, right? Now where I need to add this? Okay, this is the new question where I'm going to add this. So again I'm going to check. So 1 comma 1, where should I add? Tell me. 1 comma 1, 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1, can I add it here? Top X. Yes, I can add it here. Space is there. Space is there. I can add it here. Okay, but there is one twist. There is one twist here. 1 is occurring one time. Okay, so instead of writing 1 comma 1, can I simply add this 1 comma 4? Because 1 comma 4 is bigger than this 1 comma 1, right? So this 1 comma 4 is going to move here. Okay, 1 comma 4 is going to move here, and 1 comma 1 is going to move here. Okay, so how this is happening? So first I'm going to compare, right, whether I can add it or not, right? So let's say if I add it, so now if I add it, right, but before removing also, when I'm removing this, so when I'm removing this also, instead of checking this now, when I was removing the pair, at that time itself just check this. Okay, when I'm removing this, right, my left is moving next forward, next position, so one frequency is going to become 1. So old pair was 2 comma 1, so I'm removing it. So when I'm removing it, right, any element from top X, right, so now just check if rest is not empty, then pick the last value, right? Pick the last value and then add that value here. Okay, and then operate the sum of the top X. So here plus 1 into 4. Why I'm doing that? Okay, so here I told you na that here let's say A, B, C here, and here we have D, E, top two elements, right? Like this. So now somehow let's say your D is vanished. D is vanished completely. So definitely the next big is C, last one. So this is what you have to bring here, right? This is what you have to bring here. Okay, so you have to write CE. Okay, so this is what I'm saying, simple way, right? So I'm going to bring 1 4, and then I'm 1 comma 1 and 1 comma 4 I'm going to compare. So 1 comma 1 is going to come here. Okay, this is what we need to do. Again, once this is done, now your right is going to move again further. So you are going to see the new frequency of 2. So 2 old frequencies 2, right? 2 old frequencies 2, you are going to remove it. So here you are going to completely remove it. So minus 2 into 2, and now the 2 frequency you need to operate 2 comma 3 2 3 times. So now 3 comma 2 you need to add. So definitely first if you are moving 2 comma 2, so 1 comma 3 is going to come here, 1 comma 3 come here, then you have to compare 3 comma 2. So 3 is bigger, so this is what you, this is going to be removed here, and 3 comma 2 here, and here 1 comma 3 is going to go back. Okay, like this you need to do. Okay, so this is done. Now if you see, this is also one valid window, right? So here in this window. So again, if you see, you have in the end 3 is 2, right? And then what you have, what else you have, 3 into 2 is what, and 1 is 1 into 4 you have, right? These two values you have now, 3 into 2 and 1 comma 4. So you have to write it in like this, 1 comma 4, 3 comma 2. So that is nothing but 3 into 2 6, 1 into 4 is 10. So 6 4 10. So 10 is the output second time. Okay, so like this you need to do, right? So now I'm going to write the code, okay, step by step, whatever I explained, then you guys will get better understanding. But this is how you should solve this problem, right? So that is why this problem is marked hard. Okay, I will explain the code, and side by side I will add the comments as well for better understanding. Okay, so what you need to do here, first let's do one thing. Globally in the class itself, let's create one sum variable, long sum is equal to 0. So it is going to keep, let's say, keeps track of sum of frequency into value, right? Frequency into value for top x elements, right? And I'm going to create a three sets. Okay, 3 set, and here I'm just going to write int top x is nothing but I'm going to say this is nothing but stores top x frequency comma value pairs, right? So here frequency comma val pairs, right? And again create one tree set for the rest of pairs, right? So everything is clear, right? Until now simple I'm creating, right? Stores remaining, you can say remaining frequency value pairs, and I also need to store the frequency. Okay, map. Okay, so here I'm just going to write integer comma integer, all right, and here frequency like this. Okay, and here this is nothing but frequency map and value frequency map value count. Okay, this is done, right? So now inside this, after that, right, uh, I'm going to create few variables, and it's nothing but the nums.length, and some value initially I'm going to take it to 0, and I'm going to initialize this frequency. Okay, frequency is nothing but equal to new hash map. All right, clear until now, nothing complex I did. Now I'm going to create one custom comparator to sort by. So custom comparator to sort by. So I told you how I'm going to do the sorting. So first frequency ascending, increasing order, and then if frequency is same, then just do value ascending. Okay, this is how we need to do, right? So I'm going to create one comparator. Okay, comparator, and we have values in like this. Okay, array format, pairs, right? So comp, so let's say we have a comma b, two different parameters we have, right? So how I'm going to do the sorting. So first I will say that if their frequency is not same, right? If a at 0 index is not equal to b at 0 index, right? I'm talking about frequency. If it is not same, then increasing order, right? So a of 0 minus b comma 0, right? Increasing order of this, right? Otherwise otherwise based on the value a minus a1, and here b1, like this. Okay, that's it, that's it. And now initialize this top x as a new tree set. Now this is tree set, new tree set, and in this tree set what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass the values based on this comparator operator that I have created. Okay, so here I'm going to say, let me add comment as well for your better understanding, top x elements by frequency, right? And then by value, right? In increasing order, okay? But by frequency you can write, okay, right? Yeah, it is fine like this, right? Like this only. And same way rest elements, new tree set, and here also based on this comparator, right? Because I gave you one example that from the end only we have to add one element in case if I'm removing the element from top x, right? Because my top x size will be reduced then. Okay, so here other elements, other elements. So as of now, until here everything's very clear, right? Nothing complex, right? And I have to return the answer in a long array, right? So first you can directly create the values, directly get the array, right? Because you know the size, right? Here you know this size of length n minus k plus. You can create that, or what I'm planning to do here, ignore this error message. Okay, so I need to what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to create one array list. Okay, and then in the end I'm just going to uh, change this array list to array. Okay, so long, and here let's say result list. Okay, list, and result list is equal to new array list, new array list. Done. And then after that, I told you we have to take int left is equal to 0 in the starting, right? And then we have to write sliding window logic, sliding window. So in this sliding window I'm just going to move my right pointer. Okay, so here I'm just going to write for int right is equal to 0, right is less than n, and here right plus plus. All right, and first the element. Okay, int num is nothing but nums at right. So now definitely with this particular number I will check if there is any pair, right? So we have to remove old entry, because definitely there are going to be some things which will be changed, right, when I'm dealing with this particular key or number, right? So remove old entry if num already exists, right? So here I'm just going to write check like this, simple. If frequency dot contains key, right, and here which key, this num key. Okay, then in that case we have to remove pair. So I'm calling this method. Okay, it is going to help me the remove the pair, new int. And how I'm going to remove pair? So first I'm adding the frequencies in that pair, so I will just pick that particular pair only in which I have this frequency dot get num value comma num, so pair like this. Okay, and here I'm going to pass x. Okay, so what does this x mean here? So this x is nothing but it is going to check the size. Okay, the x is nothing but the I'm passing the value of x, because we need top x elements only, right? So I'm just keep track of this x value I'm always passing, so that I know that how many pairs are there in my top x, or my rest. Okay, so basically in top x only I need this. All right, so in by the remove pair also, right, if I'm removing any pair, so I need to check now if from top x I'm removing anything. So then also I need to compare there the size of top x, if it is equal to x or not, if it is less than x, right, after removing the pair. So if it is less than, then we have to move some element to top x, right, because in top x I'm always trying to keep the two elements, top x elements, not two, the top x elements, right? If x is 2, then 2. Okay, like that. All right, so this is what I'm planning to do here, right? So same, right, and here we have to increase the frequency. Right, now increase frequency, right, and here frequency dot put, and here num comma frequency dot get, or this is very simple method, get or default. And here we are going to check if we have this key available with us, then take that value, otherwise take 0 in the start and add 1 to it. That's it. So here we are going to increase the frequency, and then again we have to add the updated pair. So now what you need to do here, instead of this remove pair, right, this remove pair, you have to add the pair. Okay, so here you are going to write add pair new int frequency dot get num and num comma x. So you are going to add updated pair. Now here also just check if window size is equal to k, right? So in that case we have to record the answer, right? So here I'm just going to write if right minus left plus 1 is equal to k, then in that case in the result list you have to add this particular sum, right? Some value I'm always keep updating it, right? And then if this is the case, then we have to remove the outgoing element, we have to slide them into, right, remove the outgoing, Okay, let me remove outgoing, no spelling is correct, outgoing element, and here that's the premise we have to slide window, right? Slide window. Okay, so now in that case, so first outnum is nothing but, you can say, nums of left, so definitely this element we have to remove, right? So now first we have to remove the pair, okay, the same pair, right? So here I can simply copy this line, so I'm removing this, so definitely this element will be there initially. Now I'm going to remove it. So remove pair new int frequency dot get of this outnum, and here this outnum. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do, right? And then after that I have to reduce the frequency of this particular outnum, right? So here frequency dot put here, copy this outnum, so outnum, and here frequency dot get or default of this outnum, and whatever the frequency right, I have to take -1. But here I don't need to use get or default, right? Because this element will be there, right? So here I can simply write frequency dot get outnum and -1, that's it, because this element will be there initially, right? Now this is done, and here I will also check if this frequency dot get of this particular outnum, right, if it becomes equal to 0, then why do I need to add any pair, right? No need, right? So simply remove this first from the map also, remove it from map also, right? Outnum. Okay, and here else if frequency, let's say previously was 2, now it becomes 1, so we have to add a new pair with one frequency of that particular element. So now here I'm just going to copy this add pair, paste it here, and here frequency of get of this outnum, and here outnum, that's it. So see, so simple here. And here I deal with this left, right? So now next time what is going to do happen here, my left is going to be increment, right? Left plus plus, that's it. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is done here, left plus plus, right? And this is done here. Okay, so now this is done. Okay, all done here. Okay, so this is done, and now we are here. Okay, now next time what we need to do, so here if you see, before this we have created the result list, and here definitely I have added all the elements to my result list. Now I have to just simply convert this result list to the array. So here I'm just going to write convert list to array, right? So here long result is equal to new long, and here result list dot size, right? This is what you need to add, and here for int I is equal to 0, I is less than result dot length, and here I plus plus, and now here result of I is nothing but result dot get, converting a list to array, that's it, nothing else here. Okay, and here you have to just simply return a result. And if you notice, let me just format the code. Okay, so here this is done, right? So this is done. Okay, that's it, that's it. Okay, this is done. Now few things are pending. One is this add pair, and one is this remove pair, right? So we have to write the code for that now. Okay, so now first is this what you say, we have to adds a frequency and a value pair, right? Frequency and value pair into either top x, okay, or rest set, right? So this is what we need to do right now. So what I'm going to do now, so let's write the code for this particular method. Okay, so here I'm going to write void add pair, and here int pair, and here int x. So two values are passing now, one is pairs and one is this x, right? So here I'm just going to write if top x not full, okay, if top x is not full, or pair is larger than the smallest in top x, so in that case what we need to do, okay, that's what I'm going to write. So here if top x dot size is less than x, right? Or if my, so here I will write the code for this compare method. Okay, so here I'm just going to pass pair and top x. So I'm comparing the top x first element, right? So pair and the top x dot first element. So if the value of this comparison comes out to be positive, right, comes out to be positive, then in that case that statement is true, right? So in that case, in sum I'm adding new, right? So here we have to return answer long, so 1l, right? So here I'm just going to write pair of 0 into pair of 1, right, like this. That's it, it's pair, not pari. Okay, pair of 1, right? And then we have to add this to this pair to add. So side by side I'm updating sum and pair, adding the pair also, right? So then this is done. Okay, this is done, right? Also here one more thing, we have to maintain top x size. Okay, we have to maintain top x size equal to x, right? So if in order to maintain that, so here I will check now if maybe by adding you make top x dot size, right? So maybe this condition is true, right? So you are adding one more pair in the top x, so you have to remove one, right? So if top x becomes greater than x, right, in that case you have to remove the smallest one, right? So int smallest one is always going to be first only, right? So top x dot first, because ordering is like this, smaller frequency based on frequency increasing, then based on value increasing, right? So you're going to get this smallest top x dot first, and now you have to subtract this from sum. So sum is equal to sum minus 1 of l into, and now this smallest at 0 into smallest at 1 index, right? So this is what you are doing, and then top x dot remove, you have to remove the smallest here also, right? And then in the rest you have to add this smallest, right? From top x it will move to rest, right? This is what you need to do. Okay, and here if this is not the case, okay, if this is not the case, right, so if we are not doing anything to top x here itself, so in simply adding to the rest dot add pair, that's it, that's it. Okay, for this add pair method, not complete code. Okay, so now after this, okay, this is done. Now same thing we have to write for remove pair, same logic whatever explained in the code. So it is going to remove a frequency value pair from from topics or rest set. Okay, you can say something like that. So now here let's write the code for this. So void remove pair, and here you have to write int pair, and here int x, and now here if remove pair, right? So here first I will check if my top x dot contains this particular pair, dot contains this particular pair, right? So if my top x dot contains this pair, then sum I will reduce, right? So sum is nothing but I have to reduce, right? So I can simply copy this, and here instead of plus I'm subtracting, right? And top x dot remove, right? And I have to remove this, right? Top x dot remove this particular pair, right? This is what I need to do. Okay, and and here we have to move the largest from, if I'm removing from top, right? So we have to move the largest from rest into top x, right? I told you this, gave you example, right? A B C D E. So if somehow we have to remove E, then C is going to come there, right? The largest of the rest to the top x to maintain x elements, right? So here in that case you have to check if rest is not empty. Okay, so if rest is
not empty, then in that case what you need to do, you have to take the copy this, paste here, int largest is equal to largest of, you have to take from the rest, and not first, you have to take the last this time. Okay, last. And then after that you have to remove, right, from the remove the largest from the rest. Okay, so rest dot, you can say copy this, paste it here, rest dot remove, and here you can say largest. So largest you have to remove from the rest, and now if you are moving it from the largest, you have to add this to top, right? So in top x, then remove this here, you have to add it to top, right? So top x dot add, and now this largest you have to add. Okay, and if you are adding this to largest, so now your sum is going to be operated, right? So in the sum you have to do the addition, right? And here instead of smallest you have to write largest. So see, step by step we are doing the same thing that that you guys already know, right? This is what we have to do, right? Okay, this is done. And now here, if you see this, right, if topics doesn't contain the sphere, right, so in the else part, from the rest only we have to remove the sphere. That's it. Rest dot remove pair. No need to do anything else. That's it. Okay, that's it. Now this is also done. Now only one thing is pending: helper to compare two frequency value pairs. That's it. Okay, so here if you see, I am writing this compare, right? So I have to explain this. That's it. Only two lines of code are pending. No worries now. Okay, so that's it. The code is very big, right? Almost 100 lines. So here you can say, but I'm adding comments as well, right? Helper to compare the frequency value pairs, right? So here you have to write int compare int a comma int b, and here you have to write same logic na here, same logic write it here now. Why to waste the time? Okay, so here if a of 0 is not equal to b of 0, then return a of 0 minus b of 0, otherwise return a of 1 minus b of 1. That's it. Okay, that's it. All right. Let's run the code and let's see if there are code issues. There will be, I think. Yeah. So let's fix that. So here result of I is nothing but result. Okay, so from where now? Not from this result. I am getting this from this result list. Okay, from this list I have to get this particular element. Result list dot get I. Okay, let's run it. Oh, nice. Oh, good, good. Okay, so now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? And the time complexity is going to be just simply we are iterating over n elements. Definitely we have to iterate and into the sorting that we are doing for these three sets, and we are maintaining the sum as well side by side. So you can say log k for that. That's it. So n into log k. That's it. Okay. So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in the comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.